Now, let's talk about some of the things that you did. So you gave me a good overview history wise, right? You talked
Mhm.
about the intralipids, you talked about kind of some of the steroids and things that you did. So let's talk about what you did in between that. Did you start to incorporate some of these natural protocols in between? When did these things come in? When did you work on, some of the functional stuff, whether it's hormones, whether it's gut permeability? When did that come into the mix with this whole sequencing of things?
Yeah. So after the first failed IVF, that's when we
Okay.
decided, okay, this doesn't make sense. Like we have to make changes before we go drop another $10,000 on a treatment
Okay,
that
and
didn't
then
work
so
in
the
the
first
first
one was
place.
where you did the intralipids and you did all the immune suppressant stuff. Is that the first one as well?
That was the first frozen embryo transfer. So it wasn't after the two failed IVFs that I got diagnosed with that in the first place. And the only
Okay.
reason I got diagnosed with that is because I followed my intuition and asked for it, right? Because I wasn't presenting normally. I wasn't the full blown autoimmune miscarriage, thyroid issue, any of that. So I was a very silent in my autoimmune. Probably I don't want to say early stages because it was obviously causing a big enough issue to never see a positive pregnancy test for almost 5 years. But on paper, medical paper, um, there was no like red flag. So nowadays, when people come in with unexplained infertility, there's more of a like basis of like, okay, well, let's look here, here. In my day,
Hmm.
no one was looking there.
Got it. All right. So, what were the big things that you think were holding you back that you started to address? I mean, let's just talk about the food. Like, what was your diet
Yeah.
like before? And what do you think the things were that were instrumental? Like you just highlighted like organ meats a little bit ago. I want you to go deeper on some of the food changes you made.
Yeah. Well, first off, I didn't think I had an issue with my diet. I wasn't overweight. I
Hmm.
wasn't eating McDonald's. I was normal, like what people would say normal. I was eating vegetables. I was
Hmm.
like eating protein.
Yeah.
I was making most of my meals at home. But with that radical honesty and really looking at the diet, I had a very narrow, like I did not have a wide variety. A lot of it was hyper processed, right? The breads, the pastas, the canned sauces. I think they still do a really good job, probably a better job nowadays. But you were eating, the bars that looked organic and healthy, right? Like um, you didn't realize
Exactly.
that
Yep.
they were
Hmm.
like